They back in the cut. See who comes to fill that hole you left behind. Cause whoever stepped in behind had a hand in taking you out in the first place.
Well, I'm gonna need you to do some recon for me then.
It's all Raq out there. She picked up all the work.
This bitch tell me she done. Now she got my work. Kanan had Ronnie take me out for his mom's so she could check my work.
This is a variable business, Kanan. You can't predict much except trouble. It's a constant.
The king is back. I think it's time I show my face up in this motherfucker.
I don't feel safe in this apartment, Kanan.
Unique is alive as hell. He doing anything he can to hurt us.
Soldiers are made. Killers are born.
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video. Raising Kanan Season 4 has finally premiered, and in episode 1, we got a series of 3 months worth of flashbacks, clues, and context to everything that was going on when everyone thought Unique was dead, what he was doing, everything that took place, and basically the conclusion that Unique came to was that Ronnie took him out for Kanan because they were working with Raq the whole time. Raq told him she was out the game in season 3, but somehow she stepped to Stefano, took all his work, took his Chinese spots, all his connects and everything like that. So now he's out for revenge. He's been slowly building his health, and of course we saw at the end of season 3 he popped back up after Raq, Marvin, and Kanan took out Ronnie and Howard, watching the whole Thomas family throughout these 3 months that he's been missing, supposedly dead. Now with all that, we got the preview for episode 2, and it's time for Unique to make it known that he is alive and he's back. He wants all the smoke with the Thomas family. So we're about to go ahead and break down all these scenes we're gonna see in episode 2, what I believe is gonna take place, and how I ultimately see Unique getting his revenge on each member of the Thomas family. So as usual, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe, and know your thoughts and opinions on episode 1 down below. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Quickly to reiterate what I said in the intro about Unique and what his mindset is right now, he of course knew it was Ronnie who beat the shit out of him, so he was trying to heal up as fast as possible, get his run back. But his partner kind of got into his head and told him, wait and see how everything plays out, because maybe someone steps in, takes your spot, and that's the person who put this in plan all along. So with that taking place, he told the dude, okay, go scope out the scene and let me know what's going on, what's the word on the streets. So when he comes back and lets him know that Raq is working with Stefano and running the Chinese spots and is connecting with all the people he had, everything that he built and set up at the beginning of season 3, he starts to think that, okay, maybe dude was right, maybe all this was set into motion. And then once his partner lets him know that Ronnie is also working with Kanan, he thinks all this is connecting to one another. Obviously we know as the viewers that Raq and Kanan was beefing with one another and Raq and Ronnie was beefing, but he think they all was colluding with one another to take him out, get him out the picture. So with that, he's coming back with a full-on vengeance. Now we can start breaking down the scenes we see in episode 2. First off, the thing that's most important is he's making it very known that he is the one that's alive. He's not keeping it a secret anymore.
The king is back. I think it's time I show my face up in this motherfucker.
Not going by no moniker, no, he is Unique. So I think that might put aside the Breeze theories for all the people. We're gonna have to wait and see, because I know a lot of people are still gonna think it's him, that he is gonna be Breeze. But right now, he's making it known that he's alive and going on the attack, as we hear Raq say that in the trailer. Unique is alive.
Unique is alive as hell. He doing anything he can to hurt us.
Now, with this new preview trailer and scenes that we received for episode 2, we can connect it back to the previous trailers we got before the seasons came out. One specifically of Raq talking to the people that she's working with now and saying, like, basically someone's attacking them. Ever since they started working with her, something is wrong.
Like those of us in business with you are now being attacked.
Now, this adds up because he started the business, got it up and running. He knows the ebbs and flows, so he knows when, where, and how to attack. And that's where all these scenes come into place, where we saw him in previous trailers burning down one of the Chinese shops, and we also see him breaking into one of the warehouses, possibly stealing their product or killing some of their men. And all of this is falling back on Raq and her connections with everyone else. Now, initially, of course, I think Raq is going to be confused about all this once she's alerted that it is him, because she felt like they was on good terms, but she doesn't know what's going through his mind. She just knows that it is him. Now, a few interesting things that could play a factor is, of course, we saw in episode 1 in them 3 months of flashbacks that Raq, of course, was pregnant and it was Unique's baby. She decided to get the abortion. She thought he was dead. She was getting back into the game. She said she didn't have time for a baby. But she also did tell Juke that she could have loved Neek, or she could have been in love with him.
Did you love him?
I think I could have.
Now, I don't think they would have just did that storyline for any reason. I do think it will resurface or come back up, and they will eventually have a conversation possibly about the baby and what went down while he was gone, and the actual truth will come out that she wasn't working with Ronnie and everything like that. But how far will Unique go and get before that point comes? Because we do got to remember, we do see a scene of Raq crying in one of the trailers. A lot of people is expecting it to be a huge debt, possibly one of the brothers, and that brings us to, of course, Uncle Lou. In those 3 months of flashbacks as well, we saw that once Unique got healthy enough, got back to the city, he was about to take out Lulu, but the white lady that owned the bar with him and everything was right there. He didn't want to leave a witness or didn't want to have to kill her as well, so he kind of just let him go. But we saw Unique was basically on the hunt to get his revenge as fast as possible, and if he's making all these moves and hits at once, what stops him from taking out one of Kanan's uncles, one of Raq's brothers? So we already see the attacks on Raq and her business, her connections with Stefano and everyone else, moving the product and shit. We could possibly see him going after a Marvin or a Lou because he has done it in the past. But last but not least, he seems to be targeting Kanan as well. We got this picture well over a year ago where someone put this out. They were already filming, and this was before it was even revealed in episode 10 that Unique was alive. When I made my video that he was alive, this was one of the pictures I showed, and I talked about him bumping into Crystal and that he was going to be in Kanan's apartment. I thought this was initially because they was working together, but it looks like Kanan is a target as well. We see him break into Kanan's apartment, throw one of the little kids on the ground, maybe steal his product, his money, something like that. But we see that Crystal sees him point blank, and she says she doesn't feel safe anymore.
I don't feel safe in this apartment, Kanan.
This is interesting because we're gonna make a video on Kanan and Jukebox tomorrow. We see them go to the park and press some kids and some other people with guns and everything like that, and I'm wondering if this is in connection to Unique because he robbed them or whatever like that, or he's trying to get information or anything. But we do know he is a target for Unique as well. Once again, he thinks Kanan was the one who told Ronnie to take him out for Raq. He think it all connects with one another, and since Kanan is in the game, he's a target. So he's gonna be in his apartment, know where he lives. We're gonna see the decision that Kanan has to make, with Crystal saying, hey, I don't feel safe here. It doesn't seem like he really fuck with her that much, if we're being honest. And we did hear her say in season 3 towards the end that she was pregnant. I don't know if that storyline is going to continue, but we also got an exclusive photo of Kanan, Crystal, and Jukebox all at the bar or the club that the white girl and Lou own or whatever. So they're going to be hanging out, going to be around each other, making moves together, and maybe this is the catalyst. This is what starts everything. Her seeing Unique, her giving them the information, and they go from there. Overall though, that's it for this video. That's everything we got, all the clues and details from the new episode 2 preview, as well as mixing in with scenes we got from other trailers and teasers and everything like that. You could give me your predictions down below, but Unique seems to be on a warpath. I think they want to drag it out to where I don't know if him or Raq have a conversation anytime soon, because honestly, honestly, with most power shows, a lot of shit could be cleared up quickly with some communication, but a lot of motherfuckers just jump to conclusions, and that's how wars happen like this. So we got to see how much damage Unique does, why Raq is crying, everything that's gonna take place for the rest of the season. It feels like the season officially kicks off with this episode, because like I said, episode 1 was just full of all flashbacks, a much needed context of things that's possibly gonna pop up and become important later. Raq being pregnant, her saying she could have been in love with him and everything like that. Once again, we're gonna have to wait and see. As usual, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.